The M18 Hellcat is an American Tier 6 turreted tank destroyer. The development started in 1942. In April 1943, the General Motors Company produced the first prototype. This tank destroyer is one of the few American tank destroyers manufactured on the original chassis, not on the tank chassis. The tank destroyer became the fastest armored vehicle of this type in World War II. A total of 2,507 vehicles were produced from July 1943 through October 1944. In World of Tanks, the M18 Hellcat leads to the T-25/2, but let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. As you can see, today we'll be driving the American Tier 6 tank destroyer, that is the Hellcat, and we'll be playing on the map Tundra. So driving the Hellcat for us is brankomadza, and immediately at the start of the game I want to say he is not the best player in World of Tanks, but he is very experienced, and we are going to see how his experience is going to lead him to victory in this gameplay. So spoiler alert, we are going to see some really nice gameplay by him and really some sneaky tactics that I probably wouldn't do if I was playing myself, and yet again he does it and does it very well in this match. So he's in his Hellcat, as I said, Tier 6 American tank destroyer, a really popular vehicle in World of Tanks and a really nice vehicle as well. So you get to this tank destroyer by driving from the T-49, I believe. Oh, it's T-67 now, yeah, because the change of the names. So the T-67, it's a really sneaky tank destroyer, and the Hellcat is also one sneaky tank destroyer, as it has a really nice camo rating, and well, it has a gun that can punch big holes in the equal tier number tank destroyers, equal tier number tanks on the enemy team. So as I said, the gun is good. 160mm of penetration, 240 damage with the standard shells, so you are going to penetrate, well, everything that you shoot in tier 6, but you are going to have some trouble probably in tier 8, and you are going to resort to shoot premium shells. As you can see, the premium shells on this tank are APCR, and brankomadza is now loading the APCR because he is going to be fighting with the T-150 and the M4. So the position that he is taking is a standard tank destroyer position. When you are in your tank destroyer, you want to be here and you want to provide cover fire for the tanks that are usually located there where the dead tank, friendly tank is. So in this position he is able to shoot on the M4 improved and finish him off for the first kill. Now he is going to fire on the T-150, but he decides to close the distance here and fight off with the T-150 in close quarters combat. So why he is doing this? He doesn't want to stay in the back and just try and snipe the T-150. The T-150 has pretty good armor, and that's why he is using premium shells to be sure that he is going to penetrate and deal damage towards that big heavy tank. So really, when you are in your Hellcat, you have to be sneaky, you have to stay in a good position, not allow your enemy tanks to shoot you. But when the T-150, unfortunately he shoots the ground there, that was unlucky for him. When you have the T-150 in front of you, you want to shoot, well, you don't need to shoot premium shells, but you have to be really accurate, and if you are going to snapshot like he is doing here, it's best for you to shoot the premium shells and penetrate with ease. Now he puts 2 shells into the T-150 and the T-150 backs off, and he got some help here by the T-67. That is the tank that actually comes before the Hellcat. Really good tank, really. You don't have not a lot of health in that tank, but you are really mobile and you can outflank your enemies pretty easily. Now this is something that I was talking about that I wouldn't do in this gameplay. Now there are not a lot of tanks spotted on the map. As you can see, he has the T-67 somewhere on the 9 line, and he is going to try and flank this T-150 and T-67 that are in the middle. Now if that T-67 spots him in this position, he can finish him off pretty easily. But look, he finds the T-67 in the, well, just behind the T-150, and now he has 3 tanks in front of him and he came from behind. This is going to be some easy killing for him. Now going for the T-67 still here. Not really good choice of the enemy tanks that he could shoot here. You should have gone for the T-150 in the back, not go for the small tank destroyer. Finish off the biggest threat, that's the T-150. As you saw there, T-150 put one shot in him and did a lot of damage. Half of the health of the Hellcat goes, and I believe this T-67 has some problem with his computer, or he is lagging or something, because that shell went nowhere near the Hellcat. So yeah, really nice and bold move by brankomadza to go and try and flank 3 tanks, and it really paid off at the end because he was able to finish them off and clean this side. But unfortunately, as it happens, he is not on the other side and the enemies have pushed through, and it's a matter of time when they come for the heads of the remaining friendly tanks. So what he decides to do is once again use the bush tactics. He goes to a good position here from which he can shoot towards the cap and, well, finish off the tanks that are trying to advance. Now he really doesn't have the shot in this Cromwell. It's a really important tank that you should destroy as fast as possible, so he decides to go forward and kill the Cromwell. Now he has the KV-2 aiming for him. Really close there by the KV-2. He had some luck here not to get shot by the KV-2. If the KV-2 hits the Hellcat, it kills it immediately, just so you know. Don't try and pick a bull against KV-2s. If they shoot you, they're going to kill you. Yeah, I didn't talk much about the tank destroyer. It really doesn't have any armor. Everything that hits you is going to penetrate you unless you get some lucky bounces, which is probably not going to happen that often. So one good thing about the tanks, as I said, good camera rating, also good gun. But the gun is not the best thing about this tank, because it is the 3rd worst DPM on the tier 6 tank destroyers. But still decent gun, but the DPM is not that great. And as you can see, the mobility of the tank is pretty nice when you're moving forward, but it is awful when you're moving backwards, so you're not going to pick a bull quickly around some corners and pull back, because you can, well, spend eternity driving backwards and trying to stay away from the enemy tanks not to shoot you. So this tank destroyer feels like a bag of good and bad things. Good thing is a camo rating, forward moving speed. The bad things are reverse and turret reverse and the hull reverse of the tank. But you also get a really nice gun elevation, gun depression arcs. You get minus 10 degrees, which is pretty nice in this TD. Now we can see that brankomadza is climbing a good position here to shoot on the tanks that are trying to push some pressure on them. He shoots the KV-2. The KV-2 wasn't aiming for the Hellcat and he can back off here quite easily. Now he's pushing his luck here. If the KV-2 finds him, he's going to kill him, as I said earlier. But if the KV-2 is moving, you can easily go forward and shoot him, because if he snapshots you while moving, he is a really lucky dude and he should buy a lot of ticket and will become a millionaire, because KV-2s on the move really can't shoot anything. So as soon as the KV-2 moved, Hellcat was able to come forward and shoot him once. That is really important to know the aim time of your enemies and the dispersion values, as I believe that Branko knows those things about the KV-2s, so he was able to go forward and finish him off. Now he fired a couple of premium shells, as you recall, on that T-150, and we are going to see, I believe this is only the 2nd mistake he made in this game. He is going to try and fire on the OI. As you know, the OI is pretty good armored all around, not from the side but from the back and from the front. Pretty hard to shoot on the OI and finish him off. brankomadza spends 2 shells here on the OI, wanting to help the friendly OI to finish him off, but he should have probably shot the Skoda T-25 first and finish off that tank. So they were losing a couple of tanks to 3 and they managed to pull back. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. As you can see, brankomadza had a really nice game here. He got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for Effect, High Caliber medal, and of course the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet we can see that he finished first with 1135 experience, 4 kills and 2630 damage. On the detailed report we can see that he fired 18 shots, of which 15 hit the target and 13 penetrated. And with the standard account and with those couple of premium shells fired, he got around 0 credits. Now let's just take a step back and see what we saw in this gameplay now. When I first saw this replay I thought to myself that he is making a lot of mistakes, but after that I think about it and well, nobody is playing like me and I have my unique style. That doesn't mean he is making mistakes, as he showed me in this replay that you can really be sneaky and go behind your enemies even if they are trying to camp and finish you off when you try to flank them. He did a couple of things that I would probably never do in my tanks. He took a couple of risky moves and finished off some key tanks, and that's what this replay is all about. During the replay he made a couple of mistakes, but everything paid off at the end when he finished off the tanks on his side and went for the scouts on the enemy team. And near the end of the game he pulled off some nice moves, like climbing on the hill and shooting the KV-2 or flanking the OI and the T-25 Skoda. All in all, a really nice display of reasoning, even though he is not the most skilled player in World of Tanks. As always guys, if you like the replay, leave a like or leave a dislike if you didn't like the replay, or leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what you think about this tank or the gameplay that he is showing. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can click on the I button in the top right corner and that will lead you to a previous video with the Object 907. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one and I'll see you in the next one.